Hello everyone, in the few previous videos, I left off with the attempt of trying to breed this black samurai pair. Well, this is how it went. The pair have been conditioned towards one another for a good 3 days. I had attempted to release the female to swim with the male in order to attempt the breeding cycle, however, it seemed that the female was not ready. The male had already built his bubble nest to the max, but then the female kept swimming away in fear. This usually means that the female isn't interested or is not ready. The breeding was delayed and I continued to condition the pair. Usually my attempts of making bettas embrace would only take up to 2 to 3 days, and I would normally end up successful with clutches of eggs. This was a different story. About 4 to 5 days later, I noticed that the female grew more interest towards the male, even her vertical stripes appeared more vibrant, clear pinkish lines which meant she showed interest. Although the female took initiative, the male continued to show his pride in flaring, which took some more time. This goes on for about a few more hours until finally the two begin to embrace. With a series of attempts, both fish failed in the curl up until finally they catch on. This pair had no experience of breeding at all, so I don't really blame the fish for the delay of literally everything, but at the same time, usually it never takes this long to spawn. A few more hours later, after the female had no more eggs to squeeze out, I then removed her and allowed the father to watch over his eggs for the next days coming up. Sadly, after checking out the next day, I noticed that all the eggs were missing and the male had a full belly, which meant that this spawn was a failure, so all that time was for nothing. Although the pair do have experience with understanding the process now, so I then began to condition both of them again and attempted at a later date. Pretty soon the spawn was successful, and this time way quicker than I thought. They got right to it, and before I knew it, I had eggs, and as time flew by, already have fry sitting at 3 weeks old. With more news of just recently picking up a single import from my local transshipper, I am feeling pretty lucky to be able to get my hands on this amazing metallic looking black samurai that came with the shipment. After a few days of readjusting the fish to feeling wholesome again, I threw in another attempt of spawning with an already well-conditioned female. The two were given plenty of food to prepare for the upcoming stages. Pretty soon, when the male completed his bubble nest, the female is then released and instantly found interest towards the male and his work right away. Although a few flimsy attempts made by the female, yet again the male reacts to more flaring. Pretty soon, when the male had finally finished showing off, they both gave in towards the embrace. With many attempts and process completed, female is yet again removed and duty given towards the male for the next given days. Hopefully this spawn ends up successful in the long run. Although I was quite surprised that this was actually one of my quickest spawns yet. 2 days of conditioning only before embrace. If you enjoyed what you watched, be sure to stick around. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.